Alright, everything appears to be in order. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another week. Starting the stream off strong, coming off of the heels of last Friday where I was like, alright, this is the 75, I'm going to play this weekend at this win-a-duel. And then we 0-3 into 2-3'd it. I then took that list and played 74 of 75 of it, and then won the event on Saturday. So, it just goes to show you, like, the whole one league thing, you don't really get a lot of data out of it. A lot of people are like, I think Cyrus tweeted like something around, oh yeah, going to 2-3ing leagues into getting second at Eternal Weekend into back to 2-3ing, like 2-3ing a bunch of leagues straight afterwards. So yeah, like don't put stock into individual league results like that. I felt fine with the deck. We ran into some bad luck on Friday, and like it felt really good. And then I went to the tournament. I played well, mostly. Sometimes I got a little bit lucky, and then you get there. So this is the list I played on the weekend. It was literally the 74, the 75. I swapped the third Chalice for a single Ethersworn. Alright, making sure we're not hosting, because my stream went down for a second. Oh, I'm not muted. There we go. Anyway, yeah, just like looking around the room, it was a pretty small event, and it had like 20-something people, so I did a last-minute swap to an Ethersworn Canonist, just to kind of hedge my bets in a couple of matchups. It never ended up mattering. I literally never drew Canonist, and I bordered it in once, but that's about it. I guess this isn't the whole deck list, because I always forget the Batter Skull and the Ballista are heading off to the side here. So there's the whole deck list in all its glory. So we're just going to be kind of doing a victory lap. I like to do, usually like the stream after I go to a paper tournament, I like to try to just run the same list that I just played. Just to kind of to talk about it. It kind of transitions well into talking about the tournament as well as the deck list itself. I have no idea why. Is it my internet or is it just like Twitch that keeps hiccuping the stream? Because we haven't dropped any frames yet, right? Yeah. But anyway, let's just get started here. Got a couple of things planned this week in terms of what we're streaming. I did get a donation deck list this week, so we'll likely be playing that. I'll talk about that in a bit. How can you stream at 2 p.m. on Fridays? I get off work early on Friday because of how I set up my schedule at work. So I get off work at like 1 or 1:30 depending on when I go in. So usually I try to make the Friday stream around 2, and then typically I try to do like 2 leagues that day just because I have a little bit more spare time. Alright. Anyway, so yeah, supposed to be playing some Maverick later this week for a donation deck list, which I've never played Maverick, the kind of sibling deck to Death and Taxes. This hand's awkward. It's decent. I might keep it. It's always good in a lot of matchups. And Plow has been increasingly impressive, like, against a bunch of decks that I play against. Like, the meta share of decks that Plow is good against has been on the uptick recently. Although, maybe it's time for it to go back down here. I think the Chalice decks were on the rise because there was a bunch of, like, the Phoenix deck and Delver, things that, like, died to a resolved. Turn 1 Chalice, the wait for 1. How long did it take you to get your skill level on Death and Taxes? It's kind of a tough question to ask, because I can't, like, put my finger down on when I, like, doubled down and, like, started getting in a bunch of reps and enjoying the deck and playing it a lot. I'm hoping that this doesn't feel like a Delver start. This feels like a Grixis Control start, and that's bad for us. But, because I started playing it, like, when I was a junior or maybe senior in high school. It was, like... Oh, it was just Storm. Okay, that makes sense too. We're just dead. And none of my decisions mattered. Oh, never mind. They're just playing around Thalia. So it's good. Anyway, so I never really, like, doubled down. I played it mostly proxied in high school, or, like, borrowed the cards from people. I finished the deck somewhere in my college years, but even then, like, I didn't, like, play a lot of Magic. I didn't play enough Legacy to really kind of start adapting, but I think it took me, like, several, competitive Legacy events and a lot of, like, casual play. 4 files away from completing my list. Nice. D&D's really fun. If you enjoy Death and Taxes. If you enjoy, like, the playstyle at all. What's our plan here? Just get them as dead as possible? Just Crusader, go. Alternatively, we could go, like, Stoneforge, go. And then we have to spend all of our mana next turn putting the sword into play. And hits them for 6. Puts them to 10. We spend all our mana? No, Crusader's better clock. Sure. So opponent just has to brute force this Thalia. Typically with Cabal Rituals is how they do it game 1. Because Cabal Rituals are the only thing that net a significant amount of mana. That LAD can, depending on how your hand composition works. Should have played Stoneforge. You coward. I don't see a super good reason to play Stoneforge. Because now we just set up lethal this turn by playing Stoneforge for Sword of Fire and Ice. We also get to leave up Plow if we need to, like, gain 2 life if my opponent gets to exactly 10 Storm. Unfortunately, we can't play Wisp to make them get to 12 Storm, because if we played Wisp, we'd only have 9 power in play. Well, it's this turn or no turn, so go for it, buddy. A lot of Dark Rituals. Passive Flames. Is this deterministic? No. Well, it depends on the last card in their hand. The last card in their hand might be Infernal Tutor, in which case, I think it's 9. If it's just actual Tendrils, we win. But if it's Infernal Tutor, we die. The last card was Ponder. Oh no, they're flashing back Ponder. Never mind, yeah. That makes more sense. They can just build up Storm. If their last card is Infernal Tutor or Tendrils here, then they can just build up Storm to beat a Swords of Plowshares here. Yeah. GG's. They got me. Alright. So sideboard... Oh, no, not you. The Canonist. So something like this. Cutting, Ballista, Jailer, Spirit Keeper, Plows, Jite. And I always like to think about boarding in Council Judgments to preemptively answer, Can someone tell me if my stream is buffering? If that's on other people's ends or, like, just on mine? Because I have my stream open on my other display here, and it keeps just, like, keeps buffering. I don't know why. It's also, like, severely far behind. Hope that's not the case for everybody. Because my internet seems to be fine. I haven't dropped, like, any frames, but... Seems fine. Alright, that's good. Hopefully. Because it just keeps dropping out on my end. I think we'll board in, like, Council's Judgments. Usually, Flicker Wisps are not really what are going to win you this game. And Council Judgment can definitely win you an unwinnable game. I like bringing in Judgment more, although I have seen more decks playing Massacre recently, so maybe I should just hedge my bets. Basically, if you lose game 1 against Storm, I like bringing in Council's Judgment a little bit more reactively, because it's because Dread of Night's an easy way to get cheesed out of a game 2 that you should otherwise be reasonably favored in. And if you just have very little answers to it, it's a rough one. But if you win game 1, game 2 you get wrecked by Dread of Night, game 3 you just definitely bring in the Council's Judgments. Well, this hand is pretty unkeepable. This hand's probably keepable. 2 Thalia, so it's good against Thoughtseizes. We can try to scry the second land to the top. Ugh, this might be bad. We definitely have to play Aether Vial here, even if I wanted to do the Mom into Thalia to protect it from bounce. All the time. Thanks for the 10-month resub. They changed how this pop-up shows up. 10 months of hard living, still on Blade Hole. I got a donation deck list for Maverick. Roker. Oh, I guess taking 1 Thalia is not good when I have 2, so that makes sense. I missed this. I came close to finish D&T 2. You and Phil really inspired me to play Legacy, and particularly D&T. That's good to hear. Always love when... Nice. When more people play the format. Especially playing Death and Taxes, because Death and Taxes is really fun. Alright. Does that deck even run? No, that deck doesn't play Blade Hold. I'm just saying, donation deck lists are open. We got one. Could put in this Mom. I guess I shouldn't, because they could, like, Massacre. I should definitely wait till end step, but... Oh, they can't. I guess they can't Massacre, because I have the Thalia. I'm gonna get one out of you via sub-harassment. You're just gonna harass me until I register a Hero Blade Hold deck. Maybe when I finally build that Chalice Taxes deck, I'll just, like, stick a 1-of Hero Blade Hold in it. Just for you. You beat Kingdom Hearts 3? I have not. I have, like, I think 1 world to go. But it is really, really good. I was playing it before I came on stream. I'm gonna wasteland that. Pedal or LED, I assume? Yeah. I think I'm gonna leave this Vial on 2. We could draw good 3-drops, but having a Vial on 2 with another Thalia in hand is also really good for trying to stop them. Sanfran? Yeah, it's my last world. So we're just gonna wasteland him here. There's a chance I should be attacking with his other Mother of Runes too. And just, like, if they have an answer for the Thalia, we have a second one. So you're gonna Thoughtseize out my second Thalia. I guess we take this Vial up to 3 now. We draw, like, Sanctum Prelate, Recruiter, or some such. I don't like the fact that my opponent has 6 cards in hand. They don't have, like, a whole lot of mana. They're 2 turns away from being dead. They need to hit at least another land drop, probably. Or have a lot of Dark Rituals into Cabal Ritual. Oh, they conceded. Nice. Alright, game 3 time. Stare at the sideboard. Change nothing. Think about bringing Council Judgment. Probably don't do it. Just leaving, like, the Miser's 1. Sometimes it can also snipe, like, the artifacts that they play out and trying to play around Thalia and such. Just run it back. There's a chance I could, like, board out Wisp for the Council's Judgment, but it likely doesn't matter too much. Dang it! Speaking of swapping cards around, I keep forgetting to change the Crocus art in my deck. This hand is stone unplayable. This hand is more playable. 3-2 vision. Oh yeah, I heard Howl's Spirit Keeper spiked. Probably not because of its legacy play. Ooh, palm the crap out of that. But it did spike. Maybe we'll get a reprint in a set with foils one day. Best draw is like Chalice. We're gonna play a basic Plains and then hope to God we don't die next turn. Please don't. What'd they do with that Ponder? Bottom. Hopefully they're like digging for a land. And then they miss, and then we get to slam Thalia, untap, rest in peace. Live the good life. Play Plains, no, but don't die turn 2. I mean, that's the life of a Devon Texas player, right? I didn't like the... Yeah. I hate the pauses when they're casting the cantrip. It just means you're about to die. Oh shit! We're alive! I'm gonna play the other Plains here. Try to provoke them into fetching like a UC so we can Wasteland plus Stoneforge or something. I think I might just play Rest in Peace anyway, rather than do those things, because Rest in Peace turning off Cabal Rituals seems pretty strong. It also works us towards Council's Judgment taking a Lion's Eye Diamond. Rest in peace, that graveyard. I wonder if I'm playing Stoneforge or just... if my opponent fetches like a UC, I might Wasteland. Like, Wasteland plus Stoneforge, but yeah. I might just Council's Judgment this Lion's Eye. Good old Flicker Wisp. Next turn I can, like, Stoneforge plus Wisp it, I guess. Yeah, I'm kind of down for just eating their Lion's Eye Diamond here. They have a decent chunk of mana. They still have to beat Athalia and a Rest in Peace, and I'm taking them down an LED, so... But there's a chance I need to, like, put more pressure on them. They could just, like, add Nas into something. If I play Stoneforge there next turn, I can, like, play Equip Sword, hit them for 6. Not sure how much the math changes on that one. Considering how the recipe already chokes the Past in Flames line. So I think we want to be trying to choke the Ad Nauseam line, so maybe that was wrong. Not actually sure. I think both lines are probably defensible. Congrats on the bulk. Thanks. This feels like it's a Chain of Vapor turn. So I think I want to Stoneforge for Sword. And then just port them. Rather than also jamming this Flicker Wisp. Yeah, the one I went to was a little ways away. It's like an hour and a half drive, but I had some friends that I went to college with. Oh, I didn't port shit. I was. Yeah, well. Anyway, some friends I went to college with were going, and it was a pretty decent drive for me, considering sweet prizes with Legacy. So I made the drive. There's another St. Louis tournament coming up too. All right, well, let's port this polluted Delta, I guess. If they don't fetch, I can just wasteland it. But yeah, it's a shame that a lot of Legacy communities are kind of getting chokeholded in smaller areas. Oof. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I wanted to play Equipped Sword and play Canonist, I can't wasteland this Delta, but then we also have a Canonist and a Sword on Athalia in play, so that seems like a decent deal. They might have, like, Chain of Vapor here. Nope. Alright, hit him. They have Abrupt Decay. Sack both petals to decay. Nice. Love it. Also, Canis would have a Chalice. I'm just playing the 75 I played on the weekend, and I last minute put in a Canonist instead of the third Chalice. Yeah, sack 2 petals to Abrupt Decay. This Thalia is a sad line to have to take. If they don't have, like, Bounce Spell or Massacre, I think they just lose. Because they just, like, can't beat the Canonist on board. Was it worth it over Chalice 3? I boarded it in once and never drew it, so probably not. But I looked around the room, it was like 20-something people there, so I made a last-second decision. I was like, Canonist feels like a little bit better here. Oh, alright. They're trying to go off. I would not like to sacrifice a land. Thanks, Ikoi Moi. What is this? This isn't just empty, right? Empty seems very beatable here. Yeah, this Empty the Warrens is not going to win you the game, opponent. I have a sort of Fire and Ice in play. What did I play on the... One sec. Yeah. I don't think Empty the Warrens beats sort of Fire and Ice. But I could be wrong in that assessment. Oh, yeah. That should probably answer that. So they're 8, so Flicker Wisp won't be lethal unless I shock them. Yep. Yeah, there were 2 Red Prism players there, and I just, like, played against them both. Yeah, I played against, like, a mono-white stack stick. It was very unusual. Unfortunately, we had, like, a bunch of non-games. We just had 2 straight non-games, so couldn't exactly figure out how interesting the matchup was. So if they... No, they can't massacre me because they have a bunch of goblins. Yeah, they're just dead. Cool, we did it. Definitely a little bit off the back of that Canonist, I think. If that Canonist was a Chalice... I'm not exactly sure how that matchup breaks. They might, like, Chain of Vapor the Stoneforge. No, they have to Chain of Vapor the Chalice still, because the Chalice goes on 1 at that point. So they can't bounce. They can't even Chain of Vapor at all. They can't cast Dark Roots. Aethersporn would have probably been about as good as Chalice there. Yeah, Chalice on one there wins even harder. Yeah. I thought about it for a second. The Chalice kind of wrecks them still. We lost game 1, won games 2 and 3. But yeah, Storm wasn't the matchup at the forefront of my mind. I knew there was a good Storm player there, one of my friends. So I wanted the hate card still, but there was also like a decent chunk of Sneak and Show in the room. There was an Elves player who was like, we can hedge our bets a tiny bit and just like play this Aethersworn over the third Chalice. And then I played Sneak and Show once in the quarters and never drew it. And or was it quarter? Yeah, quarters, not semis. Semis was Blue-White Stoneblade. Stoneblade can be, yeah. Stoneblade was definitely a hard matchup. I got a little bit lucky to navigate that matchup, and there was definitely an air of familiarity in the matchup that helped me edge out the wins. I think, just based on how the match played. I think I was more in touch with what was going on and what the priorities were and stuff. Red Prison is a buy, though. So yeah, Red Prison in the finals was so good. I was so happy, because I knew there was one person there on Red Prison. Or there were two people there, but I knew one person in the top 8 was on Red Prison. I was so glad that they made it to the top. Because the other option in the semis was Blue-Black Shadow, which is also a good matchup, but still just like always a scary matchup to play. Been farming all these Legacy tournaments for sure. Like, I have won like 4 for 4 on Legacy tournaments. Paper Legacy tournaments I've gone to semi-locally in the St. Louis area. I've won like 400 cash or something. Like one of each blue duel, a Badlands, and a Volk now. Yeah, Blue-Black Shadow is definitely, like, I'd be okay playing it, but it's just scary. Red Prison is just like, oh, thank God. This matchup is very, very good. I'm thinking about playing... there was a brief thought I had that, like, I should play a different deck for the next Legacy tournament. They just announced the third Moonbase tournament. It's on March 30th, I think. I was like, what if I just didn't play Death and Taxes? I won the past 2 large Moonbase Legacy tournaments. What if I just, like, showed up and I was just on a different deck? Play Miracles? Oh, God. Then I'd have to, like... The problem is that I just have to learn how to play whatever deck I would choose. Ugh, this hand is pretty rancid. This Batterskull makes this hand very bad, even without the Batterskull. I might keep this if this Batterskull were, like, another card, but the problem is that, like, Miracles, I probably couldn't build that easily. I guess I own, like, 1 Tundra. But I also own an Underground Sea and 2 Volks. I could build Grixis Phoenix. That'd be a sweet deck. I should play Phoenix on stream. See how I feel about it. Yeah, I'm gonna ship this hand. Yeah. Ship it into a more unkeepable hand. Cool. Medium 7s into bad 6s. That's how the life goes. This hand's close to a keep just because it has a lot of castable 2s. But I'm also mulligan to 6. I'm going to go to 5. Alright, this is, I think, better than my 6. Usually I figured with that poor guy that got body with Chalice in hand on turn 1. I did not see it. I don't think so, at least. Yeah, I saw Whiteface's second place in the challenge list. Or if you're expecting D&T, you could just come with Show and Tell. I do have 2 Volks. How many Volks does Show and Tell play? Probably like 3, maybe 2. Like Omni, but then I'm playing Omni. What does Windswept Heath Pass mean? It probably means that I want to grab Umezawa's GT. That's all it really means to me. Oh, I need cities and tombs. Yeah, those are... Well, tombs aren't that expensive, but cities are. Phoenix, I think I'm like an underground sea away from building. Which, in fairness, is probably about as expensive as 2 ancient tombs. Maverick? Looks like Maverick. Yeah, Ancient Tomb got the reprint in whatever Master said it was. Which helped out enormously. Alright, we're passing the turn here. Opponent's gonna unmulligan with their Sylvan Library. I suppose I could have attacked for 1 and cast the GTA. There's probably not a lot of damage in doing that. Phoenix seems sweet, though, and I'm all about sweet decks. That's why people play Flagstones. Minor upside with Cataclysm is the main reason. Hero. Yeah, I really don't love it. It's also very bad against Blood Moon and Back to Basics, as it turns out. Eh. Gonna try to get him, I guess. They have like 2 removal spells or something? Oh, just decay the GTA, sure. Oh, so we had the D&T Goldfish stream. Well, the D&T Goldfish stream would probably involve like hitting a couple more land drops too, but sometimes you just mom into Stoneforge and just dunk on them. This is a heavy black splash, so it's Maverick, right? They don't... Do they traditionally play a bunch of black spells in the main? I thought most of the black spells sat in the sideboard. And my opponent has not fetched a single black source. They've just naturally played them both. Okay, yeah, I was thinking this might actually be Loam. Yeah. That was my thought. Play a Coder. Yep. We plow it, but that gives them Sylvan Library food. At least we drew a land so we can Wisp plow. Although I kind of want to Wisp its mom, actually. Heaviest splash I've seen is 2 bio, 1 scrub land, and a couple decay with mostly sideboard cards. Would you assume if you saw Badlands Inquisition Game 1 and they discarded a Therapy? Yeah, probably something like Phoenix. I guess, yeah, Inquisition is more, control than... But the Therapy doesn't. Inquisition says Grixis control, but the Therapy says Phoenix. If I want to play... I kind of want to Wisp the Stoneforge, like I was saying, but I can't let this 9 untap, so I can't play the Wisp yet. I think I might just develop Vial, honestly. Just plow this, hit him with Stoneforge, play Vial, go. Game 2, Wasteland, Scrubland, Plateau. Oh, okay, so was it the, like, Mardu Pyromancer deck? Taking no damage off the Sylvan. At least they had to replicate the GT, because GT is actually like, pretty miserable in this matchup. thought with the RPGness, I thought you'd be practicing. Nah, fuck that, Caleb. Well, I practice for that when I can just play Legacy instead. I play some Arena in my spare time, so practicing via Arena. I'll attack. They're not gonna block. Flicker Wisp the Stoneforge. Grab what is likely going to be Sword. Sword also helps kill this Bob. Alright, so they make me tap the Mom so they can clear it. Makes sense. They can buy back the Punching Fire and then, like, Punching Fire down, like, one of my guys. Two of them if they have another red source. Sure, buy back the Punching Fire. They set up the Sylvan with the Bob, right? So probably take 0. Or not. Oh, they might have shuffled. No, they played the Grove last turn, right? I forget. Whatever. They really want to sort of fire in my Salter. Alright, Wasteland's fine. They can only P-fire down one of my things. It's going to be the Mom, obviously. Dead. Should take damage to send a message. Alright, so we're going to hope that there's no more removal spells, or else we're in a bad spot. No reason to play this port, I don't think. We're just going to put in Sword, equip a Flicker Wisp, and cross our fingers here. My opponent's had Sylvan Library in play since turn 2, though, so I don't love my odds. There's always a chance that they don't have an Abrupt Decay. They always have it, though. I feel like there's a removal spell, otherwise wouldn't he loan back a Heath and fetch a Taiga? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. No, not much I can do to, like, play around it. Just gonna have to, like, attack and cross my fingers. But now we're pretty dead unless we find Sanctum Prelate or Remorseful Cleric might be able to tag the Punching Fire at some point. Unbanned Punching Fire Modern, God. It'd be funny, because Punishing Fire would be so horrible for creatures, everyone would just stop playing creatures, then Punishing Fire would be real bad. Yeah, so that's Punishing Fire. Is it Hero of Bladehold? Because Hero of the Bladehold does not survive 2 Punishing Fires, which is around the time that you get a Hero of Bladehold in play. And just trending back towards 2 Prelate? Maybe. Wondering what comes after the Chalice decks in the cycle. Like, what comes after Red Prison? Sneak, probably? Sneak and Show? Is it punt to get in a bit war at the end of the month? I think these things are like weekly up here too, so yeah, it resets in 6 days. So I don't think it resets on the month. Yeah, Sneak eats like Red Prison and Loam for breakfast. Do we just like Violence Revoker and hope to draw something to beat this Punishing Fire? Or do we just hold it and try to live? I think I'm gonna just go for beatdowns. Top deck like Batter Skull, we could do something. Liliana of the Veil. Also consider naming Abandon Hope. Because we're pretty dead. Have you tried revoking Punishing Fire? This is a good... We could have tried. We could have gone for it. So we top deck like Recruiter, Sanctum Prelate, or... Wait, did my opponent have red up? Did I miss something? Am I blind? Huh. I thought my opponent didn't have the extra red up for some reason. Oh well. That's none of those things, so we're probably dead. Yeah, time to F6. Sit back. Unfortunately, my opponent's Bob is likely not going to kill them with a Sylvan in play. Would you believe they've yet to print a card with Hopeless in its name? A lot of stuff about hope, but not a lot of stuff about hopelessness, I guess. Yeah, we're so ahead on life. How do we lose? Wait for my opponent to slowly kill me. Oh, it just had a second Punishing Fire. Okay, I'm blind. That's why. My opponent only had the one right up for the Grove, but they just had a second P-Fire. Okay, interesting. Man, it would have been fucking sick if we had top-decked Recruiter or Cleric. Cleric 2 Punishing Fires and a Loam away. God, that would have been bananas. Interesting. Which one do I cast? The Recruiter, right? Ooh, they're letting this resolve. Alright, sweet. Let's grab our good old Sanctum Prelate. Play some other runes. Been liking the Cleric in the main overall. Yeah, I've enjoyed the Cleric in the main. It's been pretty good to me. Did it do anything on the weekend? I don't think so. Tap that Taiga. Do it. I think I just like keep not putting this Prelate yet. If you draw like a second Grove, it might get a little bit awkward. Oh yeah, counterspells have really good names for how horribly unplayable they are, Patrick. Some of the counterspells are like real good. Seven, huh? I would like to respond. Oh, they just have another Punishing Fire? Alright, well, goodbye, Mom. Yeah, there's a chance I wanted to, like, just put in the Prelate, let one of my creatures die, and then get the Prelate around, because the Mom is more important, but... maybe I was just being too fancy. We got a life out of the deal, though. We just have to beat a gigantic Knight of the Reliquary. Oh god. That actually... we need to beat that this turn, or else they just Cabal Pit me. That's not great. If only I had saved this Phyrexian Revoker. Basic Swamp is weird. Seems like an unusual choice. I'm not blocking. I will not block. No blocks. Don't have that many good draws left in the deck. Got a couple. Palace Jailer would be pretty nutty. Recruiter, Flicker Wisp, Swords of Plowshares. Alright, Recruiter. Recruiter for Jailer? Jailer the Knight? We start, like, having to chump block the Skoos, but... we also get to start drawing 2 cards a turn. Spirit Keeper. Oh, no, they have a Skoos. Hold down control when you click the concede. I don't know if you're telling me to concede or you're, like, actually trying to, like, talk to me about some weird Moto tech that I'm not paying attention to. But we're definitely still in this game. Let's devour this Knight. Gimme. Cycle Tranquil Thicket, sure, whatever. What am I attacking with here? I want to start attacking my opponent. But it's dangerous, because my opponent has 3 creatures. I want to be able to block Dryad Arbor and Bob. So keep Stoneforge around, attack with a Recruiter then? Yeah. Do need to start dealing damage. Are there any creatures left? There's 1. There's a Mother of Runes. Opponent's at 5. Just here convincing students to bet on themselves in hopeless games. This game is super far from hopeless. I feel like I'm pretty favored here, honestly. It's game 1. They don't have that much removal that isn't that Sanctum Pearl isn't shutting off. Like, we're pretty insulated against a lot of their best cards. Like, more Knights would be bad for me. I don't even know what's in their hand anymore. Oh, fuck. Well, now, okay, now we might be dead. They top deck Cabal Pit. No, they're just punching down, fire down my squad. Now it's time to concede, I believe. Opponent complaining about my sick draws. Gotta find that one of Cabal Pit. Yeah, we were looking good for a second, but then the pendulum swung rapidly into the opponent's direction. Oh no, because I attacked with that one creature, I also lose Monarchy. Don't have any more red, right? I was about to apologize for counting you out, but then you lost. Oh, they might just have something else anyway. I don't know if they played a land yet. They might be able to... I don't know what's happening. Just waiting for the opponent here. We do attack for 3. They could also, like, eat stuff in their upkeep. So, we're probably not winning. Only top deck, like, Batter Skull. I think we're just going no... I guess we get to eat this Dragon for free. Just block like that. Oh, yeah, and they get the Knight back, so we only get to hit them for 2, actually. So they're effectively at like 6-2. Yeah, no, we're not winning this. Eat another thing with the Scoos here. How's your matchup with Cindervines? Because I can tell you that as Miracles is not a fan. I think the matchup with Cindervines is just like slightly better than without it. Like Cindervines is not the matchup as Death and Taxes is slightly better because Cindervines is not a card that I care about as a Death and Taxes player, considering they're cutting other disenchant effects to get it. And Cindervines is like a super weak disenchant in the scope of Death and Taxes matchup. Alright, so now we just need a top deck Wisp, and then the Bob needs to flip a Liliana of the Veil. Well, yeah, the Disenchanter can be Revokered, or Relic Warded, or, like, Flicker Wisped out for a turn to, like, get a critical equipment hit in. A Wisp? Dang. Kind of wanted to punish them. For cycling that Tranquil Thicket there instead of going up to 4. Because I don't think they know the top card of their deck. I just want to see what the reveal is on this Bob. F6. F6 me already, jeez. Alright, it was a Teague. We couldn't win anyway. We were close. Surprisingly close, considering how badly that game went. Alright, sideboard time. It's just like bring in this whole most of this chunk here, right? We cut the dopey 2/2s. Bring in these cards, I believe. Relic Order is medium. I could go with or without it. I like it a little bit more because recently I've been talking to people on the 4-color loan list are leaning more on Sylvan Library because that card's like pretty fucked. Someone explain why I need priority to set yields. I don't know. So let's do the normal sideboard Strapped. Relic Order seems medium. But it is better because they're leaning more on Library. It's good against Cindervines. Maybe they're on the Cindervines deck. I suppose I should start boarding this in now just because they might be on Cindervines. Cut Crusader, probably. Really bad against Punishing Fire, really bad against Plow. Really good against the other stuff, though. What else could we even cut? A land? It's probably not good against the Wasteland deck. I think my math is messed up because I don't think I used a board in Relic Order. But I think if I want to board it in, I can cut like a Revoker. Revoker's pretty weak in this matchup. As is the case with most of the matchups that have a bunch of Planeswalkers. It's also chock full of removal, and Revoker is really bad at holding down the fort if your opponent's also just the rest of their Planeswalker deck is kill spells. It does match up well against Cindervines, but Cindervines is not really a card that I am concerned with to the point where I want to be revoking it on a regular basis. I don't hate just because you have like a Wisp, but I also like Flyers in this matchup. Maybe that's wrong. Let's try that. Love to play first. God, these are the hands that I always fucking lose with. Because I keep these, and then like my opponent plays like 2 Wastelands, and we die. Surgical Extraction's really good to have in the opening hand, though. Being able to snipe Punishing Fire early is good, but this hand does nothing after that, and I don't like it at all. Like, most of our hands do nothing, though. We board heavily on 3 drops. Well, that would be great. A white Sylvan Library. That would be good, for sure. So, like, the only way this hand gets better is if we actually have, like, more lands or an Aether Vial. Right? Maybe I'm supposed to keep this. This hand feels kind of pretty greedy, though. My one just, like, plays a Planeswalker where in big trouble. I want to mulligan. I think this hand is maybe better. One of your best cards, along with Vial, if they're landing on Cindervides over Ignite of Autumn, you want Boulder Rogers. I don't know, because it's not hard removal for them, right? Oh yeah, you can also Council Judgment away Cindervines. But just like revoking a Cindervines, then getting your sword in play and like crossing your fingers and hoping your opponent never kills your Revoker seems pretty scary. Grab sword. Cycle land? Yeah. Well, we can Judgment stuff. Judgment Bob or a Mox 3-drop. Yeah. Mox Lily out of the Veil Edict. I'd love to see Mox into a non-impactful Planeswalker, like Last Hope. Yes! I'm tempted to just get this sword into play. Surgical's nice. You just keep letting the Lily tick up. It's not like they can do anything with these Council's Judgments, right? It's more mana efficient, though, if I just Judgment this. Yeah. Just Judgment it. Tabernacle, sure. Doesn't do a lot here. Just pay the 1. Also, they're missing land drops. And this doesn't really qualify, so I need to auto-yield all these stupid triggers. So at least they'll have to like kill the Stoneforge. I have to pay 3 mana to force them to kill it. Or they can just kill the sword. They have like Decay here. Or a Trophy. A dig Trophy. Got a Krogus, a Tasigur. People are still playing Tasigur? Thought they learned to stop doing that once they realized that Krogus was an actual card that people played. I kept a weird hand. Tempted to Council Legitimate this Mox Diamond, but that seems pretty greedy. Cycle Barrenmore. Portland's Bayou. Got removal for like a Bob or a Coder or a Planeswalker. Wasteland my port. Ooh. Quick port the tab. I briefly was like, I can port that. My brain was like, why did I just think that? I guess I'm just jamming this 2/2 Ballista. Like, They put pressure on my opponent. It probably just dies to a stiff breeze, but... At least it gets rid of removal spell and deals them 2 damage. Tabernacle should have an if untapped clause. Like a mono land. Lands didn't work like that, right? It was like mono artifacts. Or was it mono? I forget. Continuous? Whatever. Weird ass artifacts. Didn't I auto yield to this? Ooh, nice. Maybe they won't see the line. Guess they might just not want to Cabal Pit it anyway. They can deal with a Batter Skull. Mono is correct. Where is it? I don't fucking know. Old as dirt artifacts. Poly artifact. Yeah, there we go. Sure, why not? I hate resolving Tabernacle on Moto. All it does is just eat your time. It is the actual worst. Turn them sideways. Sure. I get F6 now. I think I'm supposed to Relic Ward of this Mox Diamond. Just so I have more power in play, and might as well eat a Mox Diamond. I briefly thought yeah, I saw the first time I saw Candelabra, I was like, wait a minute. Isn't this just like super busted? Pay X, untap X lands, any land that has for 2 mana? Do they have a Punishing Fire? They just have him in casting? That's not the time you want to cast this, but I'll take it. I guess I just get to eat this diamond forever now. Goodbye, diamond. What am I supposed to surgical the Punishing Fire on their draw step? Yeah. Because it doesn't matter, because they can... No, they can't cast it. I mean, they could cast one if they fetched for a red source and Punishing Fire down one of my things. Alright, let's take a brief screenshot of this deck list. Real fast here, because we're running out of time. Their hand is Loam, Charm, Diamond. They can start loaming back cycle lands. Drawing a bunch of cards. It's very slow. Okay, oh yeah, Cabal Pit down the Stoneforge. That tracks. Plays the Baron more. Interesting. Did not see that coming. Their hand has Thicket and Heath. Thicket, Heath, Charm, Diamond. Ooh, Cleric gets to clean up that Cabal Pit. That's nice. And the Loam. Too bad I didn't leave up a Cycle Land. Sorry, I'm not paying a lot of attention to checks. I don't want to time out like last time I played against Loam. So I'm actually trying to close this game in a reasonable time frame. So they discard the Heath, so they only have Thicket left in hand. Thicket, Charm, Unknown. Bob, sure. Wait, F6, F5, F5, F5. I need to plow this. Die Bob. I gotta always yield to these again. No. Wasting even more time. Tempted to Judgment this Diamond to set up for this Cataclysm. Just so I can Cataclysm them. Sure, sure. I wonder if that's like actually right. Why do they still have Scoos in their deck? Seems like pretty bad. Okay, I have to keep F5ing because I F6 too much. Which makes me like have to redo these. I wonder if I am supposed to just... Alright, now I can F6 to my heart's content. They have 2 Scoozes, and they kept in both Scoozes? What? Loomer Boy would he be having a fit right now. I guess I just have to Council's Judgment the Scoos and keep going. Just keep jamming. Keep on jamming. Yeah, sure, eat things. That's fine. 2 Scoozes like doesn't even make any sense. Why not just play a Green Sun Zenith if you want more Scoozes? You need to gain a bunch of life off of this one. It might just be time to Cataclysm my opponent. They have a Mox Diamond and a land, but we have just 2 lands to reset up, and they lose their Maze of It if they want 2 mana-producing lands. My opponent's last card is Golgari Charm, so... Yeah, I think it is time to just Cataclysm them. Just don't pay for the Stoneforge. As soon as we do that, we draw the fucking... Flicker Wisp, of course, but this is fine. So if they keep the Maze, then they're only keeping 1 mana source, and then we get to go land Aether Vial here. Yep. Kill this Tabernacle, thank God. We can also Wisp their Diamond. If we draw another land, or if this like file just ticks up. No. Drawing Mono Wisps immediately after I decide that I'm going to Cataclysm that turn. All these Wisps would have been nice. Oh no. Alright, we're taking the long way around. Hey, they found a Dryad Arbor. Just in time for me to kill this Mox Diamond. Ah, sweet, they conceded. We did it. Because they're worried about time, too. They're actually a minute down on me. Alright, let's look at this deck list. And have you guys been saying anything in chat that's interesting? I think you guys have just been talking about continuous first poly artifacts this whole time. So what is this? 3 Abrupt Decays, 1 Trophy, 2 Guard Charms, 2 Plows, 2 Sylvans, 2 Scoozes. I guess I would have seen the Scoozes if I, like, went and looked at the list, but 2 Loams, 3 P-Fires, 4 Bobs. Like, very little walkers, right? It's just the Johnny Vengeant, the Last Hope, and 3 Veils. Okay. Also, no Cinder Vines for whatever that's worth. Yeah, also Basic Swamp, Basic Forest. Guess the punk, he was tired of losing to Blood Moons as much? I don't know. Speaking of Blood Moon, Cinder Vines is good against Blood Moon, because you can play it preemptively, and then you can blow up the Blood Moon with only colorless mana. You don't need to just, like, leave up black. And then same thing with Back to Basics. You don't need to leave up, like, green-black for the entire game. Oh, no, I exiled the Last Hope. Sorry, Tidbolt. I didn't take a screenshot of the whole thing. There are 5 cards in exile. It's, like, Last Hope, 3 Punishing Fires, and something else. I think, like, a Bob that I plowed or something. No, all the Bobs are here. I don't remember. Nope, not a Knight that I put out there. Something else was in exile. Yeah. He's got some stuff that he brought in. The Charms, the Johnny Vengeant, the Plows. Cut all the Chalices, thank God. But leaving in 2 Scoozes is really weird. Maybe they just don't have stuff. Yeah, no Knight of Autumns or Cinder Vines. Or, like, Vraska. I'm just very confused on what their choices are. I can summon Lomerboy. Yeah, you just need to say Lomerboy's name in chat, and then he'll show up, so. If that's the case, maybe I just don't want Relic Ward. Relic Ward is, like, pretty bad, right? It does hit 2 Sylvan still. We'll keep it. Or Revoker. Revoker only hits Planeswalkers or Diamond. I'll just submit. Johnny Vengeance is unplayable. Johnny Vengeance is more legacy playable than Ojutai's Exemplars, Patrick. Man, this hand is, like, actually kind of close, honestly. Palace Jeweler is such a house in this matchup, and we have Vile. I'm gonna keep this. This hand's, like, decent. My opponent doesn't have, like, a crazy start. That is not what I would regard as a crazy start. Dryad Arbor, go. I wish I had a Plow. Just fucking snap off Source of Plowshares on that thing. It's not a Planeswalker, at least. Could be a Knight, which could be bad. Wait, did they just bring in Cindervines for game 3? They don't have Cindervines. Just straight up. They just boarded it in. Alright. I almost want a Wasteland here. But that... what? I mean, it's Batterskull. The biggest debate. Yeah, for real. We spent so much time talking about it. And they just waited till game 3 to bring it in. Oh man, we drew Squire. Nice. Also, this Punching Fire is really bad for us. I think I just want to finagle myself into a board state where I can do something about it. Like, just jailering this Dryad Arbor might be playable. They're also like not. They're also like hard playing around me surgicaling this Punishing Fire and not buying it back. They have enough mana to exactly buy it back. They're also missing land drops. Maybe I just wasteland this Grove and pass. You did summon a Romario. Yeah, you get to buy it back. Sure. You got it, bud. Lurking. Attack. So we can't wasteland them off of red because it's a Mox Diamond. We can just continue to attack all their mana. Plow, Dryad Arbor, Wasteland, this Wasteland, play Stoneforge, something like that. Although I like jailering this Arbor a lot more. Yeah, let's just do that. Now we have Plow to deal with like the next threat. Punishing Fire the thing, yeah, got it. You don't have to do it with the trigger on the stack, it doesn't matter. Your thing's still gone. Punishing Fire the thing. Draw my card. Wasteland me, do it. Last Hope, alright, that's beatable. We can just go Stoneforge plus Equip here. Squire. Two Plows is nice, really protecting this Monarchy. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to cast Batterskull. I'm kind of scared. Like, there's no reason that I shouldn't cast Batterskull there because they don't like can't flash in a threat or anything. But I think I'm just kind of fine sitting on my heels here. I'm also like, there's a lot of time constraints that I'm under pressure of. Maybe that's just a reason to not cast this stupid vial. We're drawing like 9,000 cards a turn. This game feels pretty over, if I'm not mistaken in my assessment of how games are going. This game feels like it's about to end. Sure, you Punishing Fire down the Batterskull, you got it. Handful and mono white, yeah! Sort of Fire Ice and Monarchy, drawing actual infinite cards. Yep. I'll plow it. I don't care what it is, I'm gonna plow it. Oh, it's a loam. I can't plow a loam. You got me there. Oh, Maze of Ith. That's moderately obnoxious. Is it just time to Cataclysm my opponent? But my opponent has a loam. I guess it's time to recruit a Remorseful Cleric first. I guess I shouldn't be playing my lands. Whoops. Sure. Just grab a Prelate. I mean, that makes a lot more sense. So I can cast it all. I was thinking using my vial, but I don't need to. Oh shit, we drew surgical. Oh, dang it, I could have surgicaled all the punishing fires. No! I didn't play around with that. We have too many cards! Just discarding just a bunch of removal spells. What is just, like, actually clearly trying to time me out at this point. I'm just start shocking my opponent's face. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck this land. Alright, we should be able to flicker out Maze of Ith and just, like, kill them. Oh, we did it! Jesus. Jumped through a couple hoops there. Played really suboptimally at the end, but we win. We did it. Just hand of removal spell, cataclysm. Yeah, fucking Palace Jailer does some goddamn work. Christ. That card is so good against Loam. There's 4 color on this list. There it is. We lost game 1, won game 2 and 3. Back in my day, everyone thought Palace Jailer. People were playing Palace Jailer for. Wait, Max Torsion. Why does his name look familiar? Seems a little mopey when it says. You look. Sand feels pretty mopey. On the draw, 2 plows could be really bad. We have, like, very little interaction, no lands. We just mulligan to, like, any of our 2s or Vial are probably better. This end's also mopey, but it's on a 6. Ooh. I think a pretty reasonable thing. I think we're just conceding the combo matchup at this point. Anyway, people were playing Jailer for, like, it took a little bit for the ball to get rolling after Recruiter plus Prelate hit. But so people started playing Jailer, but it was a lot more controversial. But I don't think. Also, back to my Palace Jailer was an area Legacy GP since Thanks for the 3-month resub, Detri. I I appreciate it. Enjoy your emote. What does Preordained Bottom mean? It means I wasteland this underground, probably. My hand is really bad. We need to hope that we just get him. Hope we got him. Dang it, we didn't get him. Never lucky. That's not true. I did that. I did a very similar play in the paper tournament. I stole a game from Blue-Red Death Shadow Delver. I was on a mold of 5. My opponent goes turn 1 Delver, and I just wasteland his land. Did he play Delver? I think he did play Delver. And I just wasteland his land, and he just never hits a land drop. So now here's where we draw Aether Vial. That's not that's like the worst card for me to draw deck. What are you doing? Looks like we're getting stormed out. Could be like Phoenix, but much more likely Storm, and we're just dead. Is it? It is Phoenix? Oh shit! This ballista is so good. The Phoenix is. I think it's I think it's Whiteface's Phoenix list from the Legacy Challenge. Ah, they had the days. Rude. Come on, opponent. The deck plays like 2 days. Why gotta be like that? D&T players a little wastelanding on a draw. Well, when they go non-fetch land, dual land, preordained bottom, it's like a pretty easy target, especially when your hand is a little bit worse. So you can steal some games by your opponent just like keeping a greedy dual land cantrips hand. Is it Dark Red Buried a lifetime? All right, yeah, we're dead. Man, that days was rude as hell. Alright, for this matchup, we want all this junk, and the Recruiter, and the Surgicals. And we probably don't cut Ballista against the Bob version. Yeah, I guess we don't cut Ballista at all, because they're on Young Pyros all the time. Cut Revokers, cut Spirit Keeper, Crusader. I usually like Shave Wisps. Cut Jailer. Like probably Shave Moms and Shave Wisp down to 1 maybe? What does this look like? Does this look okay? Yeah, this looks fine. Don't really see any of the cards I would want in the sideboard, particularly. I like all the cards in the main deck here. Could use to have like would like to have more Moms or Wisp in the deck, but like I think those are the worst cards looking at the 60. Keep Wisp and cut Moms entirely. I don't know, Moms are okay. Mom protecting Prelate from, especially if this is if this is Whiteface's list, it has like 2 Goblin Crater Makers and 2 Abrades and 2 Echoing Truths to beat stuff like Chalice or Prelate. Like, Prelate on 1 is so good, and Prelate on 1 plus Mom, it's just like GG. Mom is pretty mediocre. I think Wisp is also just very bad, though. Like, Wisp does nothing in this matchup. Wisp blocks an Arclight Phoenix, which, if you're blocking an Arclight Phoenix, you're not going to win the game. Arclight Phoenix is not a card that you can block very well. And trade with, I should say. I guess if you have, like, some things with 4 toughness in the way, then it's fine, but... There's a chance, like, Revoker on Lotus Petal does something, but probably not. They have, like, 3 Lotus Petals. But in my experience, Wisp is just, like, massively unplayable. Spirit Keeper is, like, I guess okay. It's just never gonna die, right? It's a 3-2. When are they ever gonna kill it? If the game goes long, we already win. Like, that's the thing. Listen to this. Like, the ways you lose this game are, you get Thoughtseize 3 times in the first 3 turns of the game or whatever. Thoughtseize, therapy, lose. Or they turn 2 you. Or, I guess this deck can also turn 1 you now that it's playing Petals. Turn 1 you more consistently. They could, like, double Dark Rit before. Oh, this hand's gas. The old Chalice, Mother of Rune, Surgical Extraction hand. Yeah, this hand's, like, fucking insane. If this hand loses, then I really need to reevaluate my game plan versus this deck. Just go for it. I don't know. God. Is this just gonna get dazed? They're like double Dark Rit and then daze my Surgical? Therapy, sure. We can't do anything about it. Therapy, do they just like hit the Surgical because it's the only card that beats them? Into second Dark Rit kill me? Or Lotus Bell kill me? Oh, they named Thalia, sure. That's fine. Is this just Dark Rit Bob? I love it. I love it. So good. I'm just about to Chalice on 1. Do I need to Surgical these cards? No, right? Because if they ever blow up the Chalice, then I can Surgical the ones later. They're just gonna like daze my Chalice. I'm gonna be sad. Alright, cool. There's actually a game to be played. I'm gonna recruit a Prelate on 2, and that should be close to GG. There's a Goblin Crater Maker, I guess. Is a card I should Yeah, they only run 2 dazes. That's why I was upset that I got dazed last game. Because they only run 2. Oh, everyone said something in chat. Again. Oh, geez. Oh, I think that's when they saw my the hand from therapy. Yeah, the hand was, like, pretty nutty. I think I'm just recruiting a... I'm tempted to just, like, recruit Sanctum Prelate and then just also put it on 1. Because, like I was talking about, Mom plus Prelate on 1 seems very hard for them to beat. But, like, putting Prelate on 2 puts them to only Crater Makers as outs. Could also just grab Flicker Wisp to get a little bit of value here. Yeah, I guess they valued the Bob more than the Chalice, I guess. They might have been on like a 1-lander, and then if my next turn is land port them, then they're pretty dead. What am I grabbing here? I'm not thinking about this at all. Let's grab Prelate. I shouldn't have 6. I have a Mom in play. They could have... Although if they're breeding anything, they're breeding the Chalice. They don't have a... like. If they're Echoing Truthing something, it's probably also the Chalice. Yeah, not saying that not saying that therapy, using the Bob to therapy, the Chalice was like the right or the wrong play. Just theorizing as to why they chose it. They also might have not seen the line. Okay, so they do have the Abrade, so that means this Prelate's going on 1. It also might mean we're probably not dying. They could use the Bob to therapy the Surgical. And then they still need, like, another mana if they want to Buried Alive me. Oh yeah, Lore Boy, we tried to summon you by talking trash about a Johnny Vengeant. That didn't work. We were playing against Loam. My opponent made a bunch of weird decisions. Thinking. Yeah, opponent has a lot to assess here. Like, I assume it's considering, like, therapying maybe Sanctum Prelate, because I don't think they can beat Prelate plus Mom. I mean, I'm not going to surgical them in response here, I don't think. Like, if I surgical them, they just get the Prelate and the surgical still isn't defending me from getting Phoenixed. I think surgical the Prelate's a fine play here. Or not surgical, Cabal Therapy the Prelate. It's fine. They aim surgical. Does that mean we're dead? They have, like, Petal Buried Alive? Oh man, if only I had surgical the Dark Ritual. Now we're just dead. That's unfortunate. Don't think I'm playing around that, though. I think I'm just, like, walking into second Dark Rit Phoenixes with that surgical. Now we're dead, though. We draw, like, GT, maybe we can do something. But unlikely. So you actually did lose with the hand-to-head at all. Yeah, we did. That is accurate. Opponent just had 2 answers to my 2 really good cards, right? Or, like, 3, I guess. Therapy. No, yeah, just 2 cards. Therapy hit 2 cards. Braid hit 1. Is there any way we can... Unless everyone hated John. People just like hating on the card, I guess. I think we're just stone dead. We're going to 2 here, so even if we draw GT, we're super dead. Unfortunate. But, like, that's why this deck, like, this deck's, when it runs hot, it runs hot. Like, its good draws are very hard to beat. Hondo, thanks for the 2-month resubscription. Bird Phoenix channel on the Discord server. When you coward. Isn't there a Phoenix channel on the Discord? I don't think it's Blue Red X. I think there is just Phoenix in the sideboard discussion, or in the matchup discussion. Yeah, there's a Phoenix channel. Ooh-ee. Cool, check out the match later. Alright, good games, Maxtortion. Yeah, we kind of got wrecked. We had a really good hand, my opponent also had a really good hand, and, it's life. Unfortunately, we cut Wisp down to 1. Yeah, because, like, Wisp is winning that game with, like, the 3 Phoenixes and the Engineered Explosives, and... Well, like, wisping the EE is gonna save me? Hey, Mom plus Prelate was, like, a legitimate win con. I don't think there's a lot of merit into the Surgical to Dark Rit line, and, like, hope to God that my opponent doesn't have exactly second Dark Rit. Guess we'll talk about the matchup a little bit, since Maxtortion said he was gonna come back and watch. Oh yeah, I wasn't talking to you, Luna. I was talking to Chylith, trying to tell me that Mom was better than, or Wisp was better than Mom in this matchup, because I think Wisp is, like, pretty bad in this matchup. My thinking part is because you didn't tutor Macabre. Okay, yeah, I don't have any Macabres in the deck. My list doesn't have any. Seeing if I can play around your 1. Oh, okay, that makes sense. There was I did give a brief pause to like surgicaling the dark ritual in response to the therapy, but I thought that line probably was really bad against everything except for you having exactly dark rit buried alive in hand. But then it happened and we died. But I still think I would like 10 times out of 10. I don't think I'm surgicaling that dark rit. Oh yeah, you could dark rit in response to surgical, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Because you had the one leftover mana with a dark rit rather than a petal. Because dark rit produces 2. So I was just dead. All right. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. That line doesn't do anything. Yeah, that makes sense. That was a rough one. I definitely thought that I think I said at the beginning something along the lines of, if we lose this game, I have to really reassess this matchup at the beginning of game 2, because my hand is really good. But, like, therapy hitting two interactive spells and a braid hitting the third one. Like, we had a hand of 3 really good cards, and you killed R3. Kellen basically wrote me an essay on how to play the deck. I'm kind of interested in it, honestly. If you want to ship any info my way, that'd be neat. I was thinking about trying it out sometime. The deck looks sweet. I really liked Whiteface's list in the challenge. Yeah, it seems like there's so many freaking decisions, like all your cantrips and nonsense. But yeah, good games. 2-5 last night on my own. Now Calcius on 3-0 in this league. All right, that makes me. I might try it, especially if there's some like info. I was looking around for like a Discord or something, but the deck seems new enough that like there isn't a huge community behind it or anything. But I'm definitely interested in trying it out. And I'm really bad at casting cantrips, so I would probably do horrendously without some extra knowledge. Do I keep this hand? This hand feels kind of greedy, but I think I'm going to keep it. Burn. It's not very good against burn. Especially not good against price of progress. Oh. Then instead of having one game plan, you have to balance fair and unfair. Oh god. Now I'm scared. Now I don't. Now I'm scared of the deck. Alright, so we're just getting ranched here. It's not good. Do I port or do I cleric? Let's see, we have Wasteland. Yeah, we could Wasteland our own land in response to pop. I think I just port here, honestly. Capello 42. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Just lost a D&T tilt. We just lost as D&T, so the universe is cosmic. I don't know, something balances out. D&T is also a deck that demands you 100% play 100% tight. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a strong, like, you're apparently just starting the deck too, but how do you feel the matchup is with Phoenix versus D&T? Because I felt like every time I played against it, like, outside of getting face rolled by like the nut hands, the matchups feel very close, but in general, I feel like that means that I should just be slightly unfavored. I feel like I need to use this Mom to just gain 3 life here. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my thoughts. Is that Phoenix is just like super favored in the short game, but if the game managed to get to like turn 4 or 5, then the scales tilt massively towards D&T. That is about how I've seen it. Undefeated meaning you're my... Yeah, that's what I figured. But... oh man, drawing all the best cards against Burn. Because we just have to play the Wasteland to play around, like, getting popped. Means we can't cast Jailer next turn if we draw a White Source, though. But we're also probably dead, and my decisions don't really matter this game. They're just like Bolt, Fire Blast, dead. Just keep chump blocking it. Fortunately, just about everything went wrong this game. What do you think of the Thalia name? I thought my first thought was I was going to die because you were just gonna like name Surgical and then Lotus Petal like Cabal or whatever, or Buried Alive me. Hang on, I need to figure out a way to not die this game. It's not looking good. But yeah, Thalia seems fine there. It's like the most likely card that I just keep in the hand. That's also a 4 of. I mean, it did also pay off that game. He hit, right? So Thalia seems like a pretty safe name in the blind there. Alright. We are at 5 life with no life gain against mono red. Don't recall you having Thalia hand. Maybe. Yeah, no, my hand was like Thalia, Chalice, Surgical. I was like, oh, okay, this hand's gas. Naming Plow to help to stick the bob. That would make some sense. What was the line behind not using the bob to therapy the Chalice? Oh, did you just have the Abrade? So that's why you weren't concerned about the Chalice? That might have been it. Chat was a little bit confused on why that didn't happen. No attacks. I had the Abrade. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Oh shit, I shouldn't have killed that. I shouldn't have done that, because now I can't actually, like, tick up this vial to Jailer and Jailer it and draw a card. Oops. Oh well. Guess I'm not doing that then. But also, I can't attack. Wow, I fucked that up big time. Oh well. Therapy of the last moment to play around Surgical on Dark Red. Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. It's a good plan. Like, I definitely felt like with that hand, I was like, alright, I feel like there's no way I can lose. And then you showed me you can definitely lose. Especially, like, just the deck with a bunch of Thought Seizes, no matter how good your interaction is. That's why, like, I hate Surgical in that matchup. Like, it's definitely, like, you need it, but it's just so bad against the deck with 8 Thought Seizes before they combo. Surgical just feels miserable against Phoenix. Are we dead yet? Can I just concede? I should have had a Jailer in play, and they'd be at, like, 13, but... I'll block. I'll do it. Alright, cool. Take this file up now. Immediately. Rip and Priest are at the head. The problem is that those are also, like, 2 mana. I don't understand that turn. Just take file up, give up the card, and Jailer the Swift Spear. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to, like, draw anything else, really. Like, draw a 3-drop instead. Just yeah, exactly. Doubling down on the pun. And also hoping to draw a better card. I don't port them, right? So if I play this other land, does it matter, though? Pop for 2 still puts me to lethal of everything. I guess doesn't put 2 pops at lethal. We're not going to play the land yet. We do have to play the 4th land, and then they'll be able to pop me, though. But we might draw, like, basic planes in 2 draws. pillar. That seems like not good sequencing, but I'll take it. Unless it's BM sequencing, and the last card is a Bolt or Fire Blast. Oh, it's BM sequencing. Dang. Oh, wow, that game actually, like, came kind of close there at the end. Oh, well. We kept an atrocious hand against Burn. Almost got there. Anyway, man, play against Burn so infrequently that I just always forget what sideboard is supposed to look like in this matchup. Jailer, Crusader, Spirit Keeper. Cut like 2 Wisps or something. Probably is clearly a new based on the mountain art. I think this looks fine. All these cards seem Dece plus. I would like to play first. I would also love to not keep this hand. Oh, Christ. Alright, well, this is how we die. This is how the dream dies. Never seen Ballista in D&T before. It's been a while since it's a relatively recent tech. Started popping up more commonly, like, maybe 6 months ago or something. Tempted to just keep this and find a land to just Chalice. But also Chalicing with my triple 1-drop hand. Let's not. Well, this hand is pretty unplayable as well. We're probably just dead. Unless we just top deck Stoneforge Mystic. But yeah, Ballista's great. If you haven't been playing for a while and you want to try it out, I would definitely give it a go. Rude. Probably just gonna Judgment this Goblin guy. Oh no, we drew Recruiter the card. Maybe I have to Judgment this Goblin guy anyway. Prevent more damage from more bleeding. Could recruit Prelate, but I think recruiting Stoneforge is probably better, even if it's just way, way slower. Go to 14, they have 5 cards in hand. It's so bad. But Council Judgment should probably be saved for a much scarier card like Sulfuric Vortex, if at all possible. Yeah, Stoneforge and grab one of the 2 life gain equipment is probably the plan, depending on how the next couple of turns break. If they keep killing all my stuff, then I might just Stoneforge for Batterskull, because I can just cast it. GJ's better at being proactive. 3 cards left in hand, we're at 9. Suspend Riftbolt, we're at 6 with 2 cards left in hand and 2 creatures on play. I don't love this at all. This is definitely not good. So if I Stoneforge here, Riftbolt Face, if I Batterskull here, Riftbolt Face, hang on, let's consider GTA first. I'm at 6, 2 2/2s. If I don't block either of them, I like stack block the guide. Take at least 2, go to 4, so die to any spell. And they have 3 cards in hand. I think I just need to grab Batterskull and pray a lot. I guess if that's the case, I should have went port their land this turn. So this way we can just chump block both these creatures. think we might just be dead, though. Mold of 5 is not always going to get there. I didn't record last match against Phoenix. Got my butt kicked too fast. Yeah, F6. Hold my face, sure. Am I missing a match? Chain lightning my face. Would like to not. Unblock both things. Hope that all the cards in his hand are lands. Suspend Rift Bolt. Suspend 2 Rift Bolts. Alright, I don't think we're beating that. Alright, Taste it, Goblin Guide. Got him. Anyway. Hang on, I didn't update my bunch of match stuff that I didn't update. As we enter this last one. This Phoenix went up to 5. Did I not take up Loam? Oh, yeah, this was 16. Wait. Now all my stuff is wrong. Hang on. No, that was... Alright, figured it out. It was just the one loss that I didn't record. Horrible by opponent to not vote for Swiss Spirit. Can no one VM anymore? Yeah, especially after my opponent VM'd so well in game 1. This hand feels greedy as fuck. My opponent's against... I hope that my opponent's not on elves and we just like 2-3 on the day. It'd be really funny though. 2-3 into win the Volk into 2-3 again. It's just like how the cookie crumbles. This hand is better. At least we have a white source and a scry to find a second land. Please don't be elves. Please don't be elves. Oh, fuck. We're dead. Well, it was a good run, team. We just kept 2 Thalias against the Mana Dork deck. We dead. We do not have any Pontiffs on the board. We don't have any very good tech for this matchup. We are pretty dead here. Yeah, the splash on Pontiff is really hard. Even, like, just Cavern Souls and Vials is, like, bad splash math. At least we're not dead yet. They can't just make a bunch of mana. We can kill this symbiote. Fuck off, symbiote. Meanwhile, I need to go record this this burn matchup that I just had. Lost game 1 and game 2. Why am I missing a data point? Really wishing he was running Holy Lights. Oh god. Played Holy Light for like 1 league, and I was like, this card is just horribly unplayable. Wow, what a jerk. I'm just Rex-saging my Aether Vial. What a rude dude opponent is. Then Green Sun for 3? I feel like they would have wanted to just... Oh, okay. I guess. That doesn't seem like it would be my first choice against Death and Taxes, or my second, or my third choice, but you do you, opponent. Opponent is going to beat me down the old-fashioned way here. No, it's just hoof. Alright, cool. Alright. Guess it doesn't matter what you green sun for if you're just gonna, like, 8-mana hoof me next turn. Anyway, this matchup is very bad, as it turns out. These, want that, want at least these 7, cutting Thalia's Batterskull, Spirit Keeper. Jailer seems pretty bad against the 800 creature deck. It's a clean cut, right? Chance I board in stuff like Cataclysm, Judgment. You have 2 more cards for it than I do. Yeah, we randomly have this, I guess the Athos one would be a Chalice, which is still coming in, but we have, like, Priest, which might be like a Rip or another Graveyard Hate piece. Recruiter might be, like, something else for grindy matchups, so makes sense that I would have, like, approximately 2 cards for it. This math looks okay, though. Matchup's bad. Don't dwell on it. I'll fix my spreadsheet, whatever, after the stream. I don't like running tech support streams. Alright, I would love to play first. This hand is a hand that might actually be able to steal a game when you're on the play, and they don't have any removal for your Hite. Alright, we got a plan in motion. I'm tempted to, like, Prelate on 2 to beat Abrupt Decay. And then untap and just GT then? I also am scared that we might, like, die if we don't leave up removal spells. They also have to leave up, like, a lot of stuff if they want to. I think I'm fine, just land go. Maybe I was supposed to... I don't really like killing one Birchlaw Rangers when they just have the other in play already. Did they just, like, cast some more elves banking on Birchlaws to cast their spells? Yeah, 2 Brigands is like Trophy Decay. This is definitely tempting. Maybe it was even right, but... Are they Leovolding me? That's fine. That resolves, opponent. You got it, bud. You can draw a card. Leovold is not really what I want to be doing as an Elves player versus Death and Taxes. I feel like I don't even kill these Birchlaw Rangers. Anyway, hang on, I'm gonna wasteland this Bayou too. Maybe I kill Birchwood Ranger. I can path the other one if they like play a land to try to get an elf into play. Play an elf, I mean. I don't think I'm pathing this though. They could play like a 1-mana thing, and that's it. I think this game's just over. Yeah, I feel like that level should probably come out. It feels kind of cute and unnecessary. I guess let's just put Prod on 2. They can still like Green Sun or find Rex Sage or whatever, but that's about it, right? I like Prod on 2 because I have this path in my hand. We even have this other Stoneforge to go get Sword of Fire and Ice if they just Rex Sage my GT. Stealing a game always feels good, but opponent had a pretty weak hand and we had a very good hand, so we'd need to get pretty lucky here to steal this. They need to like mold a 5 or whatever. We're supposed to border like Judgments if they're on the weird grindy plane with Leovolds. What would I cut? The Remorseful Cleric. And like shave a Flicker Wisp, maybe. For 2 Council's Judgments. It seems pretty bad, though. 3 mana removal spell is not really where I want to be in this matchup. Violon 3, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I like the name. Seaboarding in like 1 Judgment over the Cleric. Flicker Wisp has a lot more utility than Cleric does. Cleric is literally only a flyer that can carry equipment over, like, the Wirewood Symbiote or Quarian Dryad plus Dryad Arbor. Quarian Ranger plus Dryad Arbor walls. Kata over Judgment. I don't hate that either, but also seems pretty ambitious. We have Plow into Chalice, alright. Good enough. Plow whatever they play, and then Chalice on 2. Chalice on 1, on turn 2. Oh man, more Plows. Probably not super good with my Chalice. Casting this Plow depends directly on what they're about to do here. Cradle. Kind of getting punished for not plowing. Glimpse, huh? Their Glimpse chain is not going to last very long. Yep, that's the end of your Glimpse chain. Go, Chalice. Thought about like wastelanding and leaving on Plow that turn, but I think my plan is just jam Chalice and cross my fingers. That means Abrupt Decay mana is available. Like a Wasteland. Yeah. Rex Sage. Rude. Green Sun for 2. That doesn't kill a Chalice opponent. Right? I feel like you want to save that Green Sun, just make another land drop, and then go find a Rex Sage. Also, like, attack first and then do that. But I have a lot of questions about what the opponent is doing. I kind of want to just kill this Cradle. I also like cutting them off of black so they can't decay my Chalice. I also like cutting them off of mana so they can't just nat order me. So I think it's just going to be... Yeah, that play was very weird. I might actually want to save the Wisp for the Recruiter, though. So, like, Wasteland Port, untap Recruiter for Containment Priest or whatever. I don't hate Wasteland Port either. Probably better than just making a 3-1. Port Cradle, waste black. The problem with porting Cradle and wasting the black mana is that now I'm saying I have to port every turn for the rest of the game, which I can't afford to do. So I think I just have to waste the Cradle and give them access to black mana. Another Zenith, that would make some sense. But then wouldn't you want like a mana guy? Cast a 1 mana spell, do it. No, alright. Doesn't seem bad. We use Flickers as a removal spell too. I'm in. Very inconspicuously don't Rashad and port them is my next play. Oops, I forgot to Rashad and port them. Jeez. What a mistake I've made. I hope they don't cast a Green Sun Zenith. Don't forget to play file. You joke, but I thought about it. Hope they just like find a good creature too and it just dies. Chalice flexing its muscles. I think I'm just gonna wisp this Nettle Sentinel and just start getting in. Help sell the I forgot to port Lionhearter, I guess. Oh, the cast vial. Sell the bluff. Yeah, let's close this game. Kill their Nettle Sentinel. Getcha. If he doesn't have to cage, he shouldn't find like a good card, right? I guess like finding anything is okay because they can't beat the Chalice, so just like take a 1-drop. But it's probably like find your worst 1-drop, right? Like exile a Land Worlds from your deck. It seemed like Heritage Druid was a card they actively wanted in play because they had 2 other elves. There's no way I'd get like combat tricked into like my priest dying here, right? Am I recruiting for something, or am I just porting them? Just double port. I like to double port. Guess I could recruit for like another Wisp. Oh, is this Decay? Trophy. I like this. This is totally fine with me. This gives me access to my 1-drops, and I just get to port all their lands and have... Glad I didn't cast Recruiter with this turn of events. No, window. Go back up there. So we have 6 mana, so we can cast Vial or Mom and leave out Plow. I'm going to just cast the Mom and leave out Plow. They hit a land. That's a land drop. They can cast a spell. If it's a symbiote, I think I just kill the Visionary. Korean Ranger, that's fine. Ooh, that's just lethal, is what that is. Fucking deal. Yes! Haha! Suck it, elves! We took down the Green Menace. We got him for our pity chest. Whew. Sometimes you get them. Sometimes you get a little bit lucky. That chalice probably carried a lot of the weight there. Definitely thought we were just dead. I'm now 4-4 in the Elves matchup. Obviously, it's dead even. Time to run it back. You make that joke every time, Chalice, and I've almost never actually run it back. Especially, it's actually pretty early. That league went by a lot faster than I thought it did. 11-16, but no, we're not running back. Fuck that shit. Tomorrow I kind of wanted to play Phoenix, though. Maybe if Max Torsion gets back to me. I'll probably have to hold off until I get that document, the essay on how to play Phoenix or whatever. Because that deck seems scary as hell to actually try to pilot. I want to try it, though, in the future. I'm actually pretty close to building it. Oh, hey, Mac. No, I was just talking about, like, testing out, not my matchup against it, just, like, testing out the deck, reading about it, and whatever, like, the essay that you got or whatever. I was going to call it for the day because it is late where I am, and I'm going to go to bed. But I was considering streaming Phoenix at some point. Nice, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah. You also hit me up on, like, Discord or just, like, message me on Twitch or whatever. You can do a lot of things to reach me. Not a hard person to find. Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Twitch, whatever. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out tonight. Hope you had a good time. Trying to think if there's anything special today besides just beating elves. We beat elves, so that was great. That's the only thing that we needed to do. We beat elves with the list that I won my Volk with. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. Follows are totally free, help you know I'm going live, help people find my content. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote and 3-bin subscription badge in the chat. And donations, I do donation deck lists. Speaking of, we have a donation deck list coming up. I believe it's going to be on Wednesday. We're doing Maverick, Black Splash Maverick, courtesy of Ray V, who donated to watch me play a stream or play a league with Maverick. So that's gonna be on Wednesday. I think I might play Phoenix tomorrow. I mean, probably not tomorrow. I probably shouldn't play Phoenix tomorrow. Maybe on like Friday or something. I'll figure it out. But anyway, you can also subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. Links for those are down below. Other than that, have a good night, day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I finished this outro, and I didn't find someone to host, so let me grab that real quick before. Who's streaming Legacy? Card Kingdom, Cyrus. Oh, Cyrus is streaming. Fuck yeah, Cyrus. Let's go host Cyrus. Anyway, have a good one. I'll be on... Wait, is Cyrus done streaming? He looks like he's opening chests. That's boring. I'll go host Romario in that case. Romario was in chat earlier, too. Anyway, catch you guys all later. Have a good one.